everybody out on the internet. I want to talk for a minute. I want to talk about Akira Toriyama. He was the creator of Dragon Ball, and he's recently, I wouldn't say recently, fairly recently, like the past couple of days, has come under attack for his drawing of Mr. Popo. He had also passed in the past few weeks, which is unfortunate timing for this level of scrutiny for his work. Before we go any further, I would like to first say that I, myself, am black. Hi out there. Let me take you back to my first interactions with Akira Toriyama's work. I was a kid, and I was up early one morning, and I found this show. It was called Dragon Ball on network TV. And I started watching it, and I was like, oh, this seems like a cool show. And I really got into it, and I was trying to find it all over the place. It kept moving. I thought this time slot, and that really confused me. But in the end, I found it again, and I watched it. I don't remember the episodes I watched, but I do remember it having an effect on me and me enjoying it to the point of me going like, yeah, I think I want to keep watching Dragon Ball. Dragon Ball was about a young kid named Goku who was in search of the 7 Dragon Balls. And once they were assembled from across the globe into one place, they would summon the immortal Shenron, a dragon that would grant you one wish. Now, this wish can be just about anything from making yourself king of the world, to making yourself immortal, to wishing back the dead. Almost all wishes were possible. Now, notice I said almost all. Everything has limits. But if you want to know more about those limits, I suggest you look up the show. It's actually pretty good. All of them were missing something at the beginning, and all of them gained the thing they were looking for simply by helping others and cooperating and making new friends along the way. Those are good life lessons to teach. A short time later, they stopped playing Dragon Ball. I was like so disappointed. Because I had fallen in love with the series, because to be perfectly honest, none of my friends knew about it. I didn't really talk about it with anybody. My parents didn't know about the show. It felt like something I discovered all on my own. And it was mine, essentially. It felt like that was my moment with that show, with his work. And I thought the drawings were beautiful, the character designs, I thought the storyline was interesting and unique. I really enjoyed it. It became a part of my childhood. And then I finally got to the point where Dragon Ball Z came on the air, and I was like, oh, that's not Dragon Ball. This is like the adult version of the character of Goku that was in Dragon Ball. I was like, okay, that sounds interesting. And it showed me all of his adult friends. I got into the show Dragon Ball Z, and I think that's where my love of anime and various other pieces of fiction sort of fell into place. It was with Dragon Ball. So now I told you a little bit of a history of it. I just want to say, I don't want to say you're wrong for being offended. In fact, you have every right to have any feeling you want to have about a piece of work, whether it's positive or negative. That's entirely up to you. But my experience, despite the look of Mr. Popo, was positive. In fact, I hope when my time comes that people try to look at the overall picture of me and not just one or two mistakes I made or things that they didn't agree with and sort of just hate me for it. I want them to have a full picture of me and try to understand where I was coming from when I made those decisions. Overall, I hope people are much more understanding of him because he did get people into anime and into Eastern philosophical thinking. I know some people are still mad about that, but that's fine. You can be mad about that. You can have disagreement with it. But I would encourage you, if you feel like you could do better as a creator, then to try and just be better than him as a creator. Go out there and do things that he wouldn't have done. See in the world the way he wouldn't have seen it. Try and match him and see, and hopefully you'll understand him better and the challenges he faced and the problems he had to deal with. And to be perfectly honest, creation is not easy. It's not. So hopefully you will be much more understanding of people in the future. That's all I gotta say. Thanks for listening.